What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harrison, and it's been a crazy day for gaming with Redfall that dropped. I went to bed last night, saw a couple of reviews dropped, saw a couple of videos on like Twitter and stuff. Didn't really think much about it. Woke up, installed Redfall to play it tonight because I still haven't played the game and I still want to form my own opinion. But yeah, the reviews for this thing have not been kind, and from the videos I've seen, it looks like it's in really rough shape, which is a bummer, right? You know, it's currently sitting at a 64 over on Metacritic, which is bad. It's a bad video game. Again, I have not played it personally, so I will make my own judgments. I don't always base my judgment on reviews. There's been plenty of games where they've scored in like the high 60s, low 60s, high 70s, low 70s that I've really enjoyed. Something like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot didn't really score that well, but I liked it a lot. Had some issues, but I really enjoyed the game. So I'm gonna form my own opinion for it. But I've seen a lot of, and tell me if you've heard this before, but I've seen a lot of discourse on Twitter, and I don't understand why people hate, and this is across both ways. This isn't necessarily blasting PlayStation people. Xbox do the same thing. They did the same thing with Forspoken. But when a game comes out and it scores badly, or it's a bad game, I just don't understand why people want it to do badly. Why in a space of gaming where you would want something to do poorly? Because if something does well, that's going to push other companies to want to maybe not necessarily do the same thing, but energize people and invigorate people and make them want to make a game that's even better than that. Use ideas from that game and bring it into their own game and twist it up and change it into their own vision and stuff like that. Competition is good. You know, believe it or not, you do not want PlayStation to have the only console. You don't want Nintendo to have the only console. You don't want Xbox to have the only console, right? When an Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo does something bad, you know, people will call them out on it, right? And they can make it better. Like, there's been so many instances in the past where a specific company has done something bad that they didn't like, and gamers call them out, and stuff changes, and just competition breeds you know innovation. I don't really get that discourse. I don't understand why people hate so much on the internet, especially when it comes to gaming in general. It's just, we have like the best medium out there. We have the best of both worlds. We have these incredible stories that come from like books, and we have awesome animation and video that come from movies and TV shows, and we get them jam packed together to create some of the most incredible experiences out there. Video games is like, it's the best like way to wind down. Everyone's got their way to wind down, whether it's TV or books, but it's special with video games. And we also have like the highest grossing platform out there. The highest grossing medium. Video games constantly trumps movies and TV shows and stuff like that as far as like revenue. So we have such a good platform and a good medium that we should all just thrive together and stop hating so much. And yes, when Forspoken came out, and I made a video on it, and everyone was hating on it then and stuff like that, but it's so rotten. And I play everything. I'm not an Xbox gamer. I'm not a PlayStation gamer. I'm not necessarily a Nintendo gamer. I play all of the things. Everyone's got their preferred platform, and that's totally fine. But again, competition breeds excellence. It creates innovation. And when you have people on Twitter, like, I'm not necessarily critiquing Dreamcast guy or anything like that, but when you have someone that comes on here and says Starfield needs to be the best game ever, or I feel like a lot of people are going to start selling their Xbox. Yes, I do feel bad for the Starfield team, because now this game's already living up to very high expectations, and now that Starfield has come out and it's not good, this game is never going to meet those expectations, right? It's going to get blasted, especially, God forbid, if it's not 60 frames per second, it comes out as 30. It's going to get blasted. If the game comes out buggy, or has some glitches, which, hey, Bethesda games are notorious for their bugs and glitches, but they're always fun, right? That if this game does not come out and is not perfect, it's just going to get absolutely slammed. But when you have, what in people's right mind do they think that someone, because one game does bad? And I know Xbox has taken a lot of L's in the last 2 years with Halo and no first party games, and everyone, Aaron Greenberg and Phil Spencer are just, let us cook, let's just wait for these games. But how long can people wait? I get that. I get that mentality. I know people are frustrated. But someone like me, where yes, I use Game Pass. I play a lot of games on Game Pass. I play a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't play. I play on everything else. I play on Nintendo. I play on PlayStation. So I'm never starving for gaming. I've got it. I'm always eating good because I play on everything. And I understand that not everyone can afford every single console out there, but in what right mind is someone going to spend $500 for an Xbox? Redfall comes out, it's bad. They're gonna sell their Xbox for maybe $300 and then turn around and buy a PlayStation 5 for $500. Like it's just crazy. This sort of like sentiment. I feel bad for people that get caught up in this, that still get caught up in the console war nonsense, because I don't have the energy for it. I read 5 seconds of Twitter and I'm good. So I just to be constantly posting and constantly hating on a game is insane to me. And I'm sure people come in the comments and blast me for saying the stuff that I'm saying, but it's just crazy that people have that much energy to just hate on stuff. So I don't think anybody was, when God of War came out last year, nobody was on the internet saying that I hope this game fails, or whatever the case is. And I grant this God of War was amazing, and this Redfall seems to be really bad. So I don't know, but yeah, I just don't. And again, not just PlayStation. I know Xbox people were doing the same thing to God of War, but I think it needs to stop. It just needs to stop, because again, we have like the best medium in the world. I know that's subjective, that's my own opinion, but I feel like we do, right? And we just never come together collectively as a group and just say how other games are amazing. Like, hey, great launch, God of War, great launch, Halo, great launch, Starfield, whatever the first party game is. No one does that, and it's a shame. And I feel like we need to turn that around, because I don't want a platform to fail, because then the other ones are going to become stagnant and we're going to get the same thing, or we're going to get mistreatment of gamers and stuff like that. So yeah, I think people should genuinely think about that before they just want something. And why would you want something to fail? It's crazy. I don't understand like this need to worship a company outright when the company doesn't really care all much about you. They just care about your money, right? And you can say that about all the companies. So this just worshipness of a specific company is insane. Play them all, play everything, try everything. It's all good stuff. There's something to play everywhere. Everyone's got their likes and everyone's got their dislikes, and that's okay. So anyways, I'm done rambling on about this stuff. It's too much. It's too much nowadays. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'll let YouTube algorithm pick one of my videos below for you guys to watch. Give it a click, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.